What's up, guys? I'm Mike.
I'm Luke.
Today we're reviewing all the green cards from One Piece set OP07, and of course grading them on a scale of 1 to 5. Luke, how does the scale work?
Yeah, so the scale goes 1 for an absolutely dog card.
Why does it exist?
Why does it exist?
No.
5 for the absolute pinnacle of perfection. This is going to be a staple. It's going
to pull the format, Moria.
Moria. We'll never stop. I don't think we'll ever stop.
I mean, right now Moria is the best objection because Rebecca's a 5. Blocker Rebecca's definitely a 5. But even for a 5, it doesn't warp the way the entire format plays.
Yes.
You just gotta be like aware of it.
Yeah.
Because of how Moria just works and gives value and power or in effects, it warps the entire gameplay tempo of the format.
Yeah. And then 3 for like an absolutely decent card. This is fine.
This will pass.
Fine. Yeah.
I'm not excited about playing it, but I'm happy that it's in my deck.
Yeah.
Anyway, starting with Jewlrey Bonney, the 5,000 power mono green leader, 5 life. Once per turn on opponent's attacks, do a rest 1 dawn. Rest up to one of your opponent's leader or characters. God, we're so OP01 green kid players. We are so back, dude.
It is.
We are so back.
This leader is so toxic.
It's everything I loved about Perona and the mono leader and the supernova trait, which is my favorite subtype. I gotta give this card a 5, dude. And it's a low 5. It's on the lower end of 5 leaders, but I'm giving it a 5.
I'm giving it a 4.75. I'm removing.
Wow, you just gotta be.
Yeah.
You can't even say low 5. You're like, I have to be.
I have to be contrarian because. Well, also it's just because I don't like. I hate this leader. I hate playing against this leader. I hate playing as this leader. But we'll get to that much later in our guides. So
next we have Arabian Nights with Aladdin, a 6k power, 5 cost character, no counter. Blocker, and on KO, if your leader has Fishman type, play a 3 cost or lower Fishman. Remember to have character for your hand. Again, we've been talking about this. It's kind of like the weird exceptions to the rule. Where we're talking about like, hey, a blocker's got to be 1, maybe 2 if it's like a purple black deck, right?
Yep.
Or it's got to be like 4 plus cost with a real body on it. Or it's got to have a tag of an effect when it dies.
Yeah.
And so we have this with Aladdin. Unfortunately, it is Fishman traded.
Yeah.
I hard believe, though, especially with the way I think the story's going in One Piece, that every decent Fishman card, unless they just drastically change the colors on us, will be good later in the game.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about starting to pick up alt art playsets of like
Kami.
older like Fishman cards like Blue Jinbei from the event pack, Kami, like all that stuff. Just be like,
I actually just got my playset of Kami's in the
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, in preparation for this. If you can see this, like at the time of the video, Kami is like a $3 card or something. So
wait, it is a $3 card.
Yes, dude.
I'm picking up 8, dude.
Yeah.
I'm investing. I give this card a 3. You know, it's on the higher end of 3s, but it's just a 3.
That's solid. 3.
It's like, you know, like I'm happy to play it. There's a reason it's a common, right?
Yeah.
It's like in a format that has such great blockers as we go through the rest of the set, especially green. It's like this is the most underperforming. The OKO is great because you're probably actually just attacking with this more than blocking, and so when they attack into it, you get something.
Is Hachan a 3 cost?
No, he's a 4. All the good ones are 4s, and that's why I'm giving it a 3. There's no good 3-drop Fishman for combat tempo. There's some effect ones that do stuff. And you can go lower, right? So you can just play Kami and get a search or whatever. But I feel like it's just barely too narrow on an archetype that already isn't too great.
You can play Vanderdecken.
If it's a counter, I would give it a 3.5.
Yeah.
But yep. Speaking of really good blockers.
That's a good blocker.
Oh, Uroge, yo. Okay,
Yeah,
I had a great theory. Because, you know, so Uroge's from the Sky Island that Enel destroyed, right? And so it's like, where's Uroge been? What's Uroge doing? I think Uroge is on the moon right now. I think he's hunting Enel cats. Like, maybe he's not there, but that's what he's been trying to do. Like, because he's the mad monk, right? Like, he's trying to get, like, there's a non-zero chance that maybe Enel doesn't know him, but he definitely knows who Enel is, right? And so, like, I think he's, like, going, this is my theory. This is somebody else's theory, and I'm totally on now. That the reason we haven't seen him, and we've only seen him on Sky Islands after Sabaody, is he's trying to get his ass to the moon and fucking choke out Enel. Because Enel's coming back. Enel is coming back for Endgame, absolutely, and he's going to be the reason he does.
Can you imagine being such a hater that you invent, like,
wait,
pirate?
Hater? He genocided an entire Sky Country.
I mean, you're still a hater, right? I mean, like, it doesn't matter, but, like, can you imagine?
Winston Churchill was such a hater to Hitler. Goddamn, man just wanted to take over an entire continent.
Dude.
And Winston Churchill in America just had to get all up and he'd be like, no!
I mean, if I was on... That's a strange sentence to say. I'm not going to say it. But, like, anyway.
You're about to say I'm not a fan of Hitler.
No, if I was Hitler at the time, I would think Winston Churchill was mad hater. But anyway...
I don't know what I'm cutting and what I'm not cutting from this.
But imagine being such a hater that you invent pirate NASA to go and fist fight, to suplex Enel on the moon in 0G. Like, can you imagine? I hope that's actually what's happening. This card's a 4.
We didn't even say what it does. It's a 5 power.
Okay.
5,000 power 4 cost card with 1K counter. No, we didn't.
Oh
Blocker,
my god.
end of turn, step to one of your Dawn cards as active. So obviously, it lets you tap out and still have 1 up for Bonney.
Yep.
Even better, it lets you have 1 up to have 2 up to play Punk Gibson in other events.
Yep.
You can play it in non-Bonney decks to hold up Tricillium, which is basically Green's version of Rad Beam. This card's great. I'm giving it a 4.5. I think this is a really pushed rare.
Yeah. Yeah, I gave it a 4. I think 4.5 as well. I mean, like, it also has a plus 1K counter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and it's like, it can be aggressive because it can hit leader, but really this is the perfect blocker where it's like, it can swing sideways when it needs to. It blocks for reasonable. It's hard to like reduce, get rid of it, etc. It plays into other things. Like you want to just have it on the board just to do other things with Dawn resetting. It just plays into so many functionalities of a defensive card that isn't stranded when you're not being defensive. So I have to give it, like, it's obviously not a 5 because it's a rare, but I have to give it 4.5.
It is a 4.5 because it's a very fair blocker too. So we were about to see some unfair blockers.
Yeah, we're about to get to some cards, dude. We have Otama. 0 power, Princess, 1 drop, 2K counter on play. Look top 5 cards in your deck, reveal it to 1 Green Lantern Wano character other than Otama. Put it to your hand. Oh, sorry, card, not character, so you can get events too. Then place the rest of the cards in the bottom of your deck in any order. Makes the Odin Hiyori deck go vroom vroom.
Yep.
We do love her. Also,
very good searcher.
We're just talking about like One Piece theories.
Yep.
An OG theory I had that didn't work out is that I thought she was gonna marry Momonosuke. Like,
oh yeah.
We were gonna. I don't think it's happening, but I had a theory that we might do a second time jump in One Piece, just because of how long it's gone on to like get to another point. I don't think it's happening now based on what's happening. This is like a theory I had like years ago.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, we time jump a bit. You know, also just the way like her and Momo interacted at the right age, and obviously, so that's not happening.
Yeah, it's not happening.
But I love Otama.
Momo is 18 years old now.
Otama is queen. We love her.
Yeah.
And this card is a great searcher support card.
Otama is also, fun fact, a Kurozomi. So.
Oh yeah, I always forget about that.
Yeah.
It's mentioned in like 1 page in like 30 seconds of an episode. Like, I feel like that's gonna play into it somehow. But that's also why, and I think that's mentioned before. No, it's after Momo is big.
Yeah,
it's after.
It's after.
But
it's
that
like literally at the end.
But again, that would have been such. I feel like he also thought he was going to do this at some point.
Yeah.
Because that would have been such a cool.
To unite like those two.
Yes,
clans
that would have
like,
been cool. I mean, for all we know, I mean, because he's still a child on the inside.
Yeah.
For all he know, what's her face makes her old too, and they took it back. You know, it's like.
Damn, that'd suck. If I was Otama and I got instantly made. Oh, actually, that's her whole entire thing. She wants to get older to be like,
she wants to be a bewitching ninja. Yeah. So.
Well.
We love, and Otama loves Ace, and Ace loves Otama, so we love Otama.
Yeah.
I'll give this card a 3.5.
Solid searcher. Very good.
2K counter, 2K searcher. I would give it more if it wasn't that like you can't use it on board. Like when you play this card on board, you're not doing anything with it, or else we get a 4. Like.
Unless you play it in Yamato and you use Momonosuke to hit it back to life, right?
Honestly, if it was a 2K power open searcher like this for 1 with 2K counter, I'd probably give it a 4.5.
Yeah.
For some reason, I give this a 3.5, not a 4. I don't know why.
I'm giving it a straight 3 because it's a 2K counter, and I'm not a big fan of like playing your 2Ks out, and especially because this is a very playable card.
Yeah.
You're either it's like you go to 16 2K counters in your deck, or you stick to like 14, 12, and then like you're playing out like 4 of the. So like,
I think
it
the
feels
point
awkward.
is that this is specifically designed for a not combo deck, but a combo deck, where this is just This is just filler 5 through 9 to make sure you play Hiyori or have the 5 drop for Hiyori on your second.
Right.
Turn.
Like,
that's really all it's for. Or if you need like a haymaker, it's like, yo, I just need a rester to get in here. So you're haymaking. So like for that reason, that's why I'm higher on this card, especially because it's 2K. Because I'm like Momonosuke, I'm gonna play some more with extra Dawn. I'm not gonna have 1 extra Dawn and play Otama because it's just not what it's there for. Yo, I cannot believe this guy matters, bro. Oda's devious. Oda's got that devious lick with the pen, dude. I swear to God. 5,000 power, 4 costs, 1K counter. If you have 6 or more rested Dawn cards, this character gains 1,000 power, and he has blocker.
Yeah.
There's a lot of blockers this set.
He's a conditional blocker, right? So yeah.
No. He gains power,
and then
he already has blocker.
It's weird that they didn't put blocker in the front. Is that just because of the Japanese translation? Is that?
I can't tell.
I can't tell.
I actually want to look up the card now on Japanese.
Yeah.
Caribou OP07. Yeah, don't play. Just free advice without having to watch the pre-release guide. Don't play Yamato at this pre-release. Just don't do it.
Blocker at the.
Yeah, it's just templating. Oh, good. Well, because the templating it's a static effect. So
It's
static effects always
always goes first.
Yeah.
All right,
Static text effects that aren't
Okay.
shortcutted always go
Yep.
first. Yeah. I mean,
don't play Yamato into the pre-release.
Yeah,
Holy
don't play
shoot.
Yamato
Oh
into
my
the pre-release.
god.
I give this card a 3.
Yeah. Solid.
It's on curve.
Yeah.
It's supernova, which makes me want to put it a little bit higher, but yeah. It's like it's not a vanilla. Like most vanillas I put at 1 or 2 for trading. So like I started at 2 because it's like a 4/5, which is like fine with good trading. But then it has blocker, and then it also comes a 4/6 potentially. So I'm gonna be it's like a low 3.
We got Koala.
Speaking of more good children.
Yeah, dude. 3 cost 0 power on opponent's attacks. You may rest this card. Give up to one of your characters with a cost 5 or lower, and the type Fishman blocker for this turn.
It's
Aww.
interesting because you get it on the attack trigger. So like your opponent, it's weird because like your opponent has a chance to you can't like activate main, so your opponent has a chance to disrupt this card. But it doesn't mean if this card stays, you make the best blocker at that moment the blocker.
Yeah. You can play some fun shenanigans with 1 Koala and 4 Fishmen out.
Yeah,
Like,
it's interesting. I would give this card a 3 if it was a 2K counter. I'm gonna give it a 2 because it's not. And also, it feels like it has like 1 too many costs. Like I just like don't see, like you play your Kami Searcher and then the Kami Searcher is a blocker, but it's conditional and you rest this card so they get to attack it. Like
I have to give it
like a 1.5.
I give it a 2 because I give it a 1.52 because you can't even search it with Kami.
Oh yeah,
You can't even.
they could have
search
made
this
her
card.
Fishman Pirates. They could have
Like
did that because they
anything.
give her the branding.
Yeah. It makes no sense. I don't know why we're doing this.
Yeah,
we do it a lot. Actually,
I love the art though. I will
Yeah.
say. Thanks for giving us this art card.
Yep.
I mean, is it Couribou, right?
Yeah, Couribou.
It's Cora. His name's
Yeah,
Cora. 3,003 cost on play. Play up to 1 cost 4 lower Caribou from your hand. Rested. 2, 1.
1.
If Caribou was like an SR, I'd give it a 2. 1.
Why are we doing this? Why are we having Caribou support? I don't know.
He's gonna be in the plot, dude.
I guess.
He's gonna have more cards.
Jewlrey Bonney.
Yo, this card looks so sick, by the way. Like,
Yeah.
yes, we have the Pizza R's, the Altar, but this card, it's pretty cool too.
Yeah, I think like there's a lot of cases of like good SR art and then good alt art also.
This
so.
with the borders though, and the stuff on the borders, is
I-
gonna mess everyone up.
I was gonna say like
this
I
is
just-
Verona and Reiju 2.0.
Yeah.
I swear to God. Especially because the card's green and it's like purplish pink on the
Yeah.
outside. 6,000 power, 5 cost, 1K counter on play up to one of your opponent's rested characters or Dawn. Do not become active during the next refresh stage. So this is cool. The Dawn matters.
Yeah.
Because it means your opponents can't tab out for like 9 and 10 drops potentially, depending on their 9 or 10 turn. There's like plenty of times I've tested this on Sim where it's like, all right, you're gonna wipe your next turn, or you're gonna bomb next turn, and I'm just gonna play this.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna ace next turn on my board. So I'm gonna swing out. You're gonna think you're cracking back, so you're gonna take damage based on cracking back. And then I'm gonna play a Jewlrey Bonney. You're stuck on 6 now. You can't ace me.
That's so funny, dude.
Yeah, dude, it's
such a good tempo mix up, and I think that's very like thematic too with Jewlrey Bonney because like it's like stopping time a little bit. It's like pausing it, so that's cool. I'm also a big fan of like whenever we give a main character like 5/6, like you like that's like
that's like we're juicy. We're juicy here.
That's the protagonist stat.
Yeah, big fan of this. I'm gonna give it a 4. It's a high. I can't give it a 4.5 because it's still just like I'll play free. It was like a 5/7. I give it 4.5, so I'm gonna give it a 4. But Supernova type really pushes that up.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 4.5 because I can see this being a staple later on. This is also super needed in the frickin' mirror match. So.
Which one? Oh, the Supernova match.
I mean,
you can even play this in like Law. The 4x starts to get really big. Like you plays in Red Green Law.
Oh,
and then
cheat
just
it
like
out.
and stop them from playing their 10 drop, right?
Oh,
like if we get into a
man.
Katakuri format, you're just like, okay, you can't mom this turn.
No
like,
moms.
You can't seven mom. You can't 10 mom. You know, like you can't Katakuri me this turn.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Again, it's just great koala art all around here. Jinbei 6,004. What can you counter? Fishman some pirates. I'll give it a 2 because the trading is slightly better and it's a 4/6, which is like. 3/5 and 4/6 and 5/7 are like the sweet spot for a
Good numbers, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a 3. Has Jinbei always had like scruff? Just like
Well, this is after he quits the guard
that's so funny.
and
Like
joins the Fishman Pirates.
his hair is like just porky, like the.
This is his like 20s, I think, right?
Spike
Am I
fish.
crazy? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah.
I remember.
I remember.
Scratchmen Apoo, Supernova on air, it's sub OD, right? So yeah, it's not Amble Pirate traded. 8K for 6. You know, listen, the Scratchmen Apoo vanillas keep finding their way in the decks somehow, and so I'm gonna give it a 2 because they keep finding their way in the decks. I don't know how.
Yeah. Good pre-release card. It's a 2. All right. Speaking of freaking game warping. Speaking of like what
This card's not that bad.
I think it's game warping. I'm gonna read this card. 6 cost, 7k. Basil Hawkins, Supernova, Hawkin Pirates traded. If your leader has Supernova in its types, this character gains blocker once per turn. If this character were to be removed from play by one of your opponent's effects, either bounce or KO, you may rest up to one of your opponent's characters
bottom
instead.
deck.
Or trash, right?
Or bottom deck.
Or bottom deck. Yeah.
Yeah, or trash. Just
anything that moves it from play zone.
Yeah.
So it's like NL. Dude, like for me,
I think the fact that NL exists means this card's fair.
Yeah. Okay.
Like that's my thing. It's like no one complains about NL.
Fine. Yeah.
You shouldn't complain about this card.
I mean, actually, that's not true. People complain about NL. They complain about that card a lot.
Okay, but like the masses don't complain about NL's character. Like if you're if you're gonna be like this card is game warping, you should say that the NL character is game warping, and no one's saying that. Literally no one's saying
fair. Well, I think this card is game warping. I actually do because
really?
I do because like any sort of removal. I mean, the thing about NL is that like it's an attacker. It doesn't service itself as a blocker.
Yeah.
Whereas this is a blocker and an attacker.
Well, it's conditional, so you can only run in certain decks, right? That's like the one thing.
Sure, yeah.
I think the problem is that 7k power. I think if this is a 6/6, it'd be super fair. Because there's a lot of ways through reduction of cost at 6 and power at 6 from both of the interactive decks that you could reduce it, force the activation, and then do something to it, right? You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I see where it's coming from. Here's what I gotta say about this, right? This feels like a card that's like, oh, Bandai has an R&D team actually doing R&D because they built this card when Sakazuki was out and Moria was out and CP9 is about to come out, and it plays well into that balancing those decks being great. But then it's like if you have an R&D mechanic, why the hell did we get to that point? And now also they're banned.
Yeah.
But
so now we fixed it preemptively, and now we have a card that solves no problems.
Yeah.
Right? And it is powerful. I mean, like, because
for me it's a 4.5. I don't think it's game warping in terms of like. I don't think I'm building my deck differently because of this card.
I just think that I'm playing differently once this card is on.
But for me, a 5 is like I'm strictly playing cards to get around this card. I feel like you still play the same removal cards, and you just have the burn removal and shit. You know.
I think that like it is sticky as a character in the way like Enel isn't sticky. Like there's a way that like this character stays on board forever and you don't swing into it.
Like this should be a 7/7 for sure. Like the statting is what's the problem here. I don't think the effects are the problem. I think the fact that it's not a 7 cost 7 or a 6 cost 6. Yeah. Because I know it's a 7/7 and that's why it's fair. Yeah. This is only unfair because it comes down so much
fast.
earlier. Yeah. Like that's the problem. It's the tempoing. I don't think the effect itself is inherently the problem.
Yeah, I think the effect in conjunction with Bonney, right? So
yeah,
Eustace
Kid leader go.
Yeah. Literally, I don't know. Like it's like a pre-Eustace Kid before. It's the pre-game Eustace Kid before the Eustace Kid comes down, right?
I mean, I can't cheat it in the play with RG Law, so
yeah. Oh, is that why you're like?
Yeah, I'm super down with this card, dude. No, I just like I agree. Like it's annoying because it has an oppressive on-board state effect earlier in the game.
Yeah.
But also, you can just kill it. Like you can like force it into combat and kill it normally. And I feel like we're also gearing into a combat-focused meta also. Now that Sakazuki is banned and cards like Reject and Eruption are banned, I do think we're going to see decks skew back towards more combat than we had before. Not entirely, because RP Law exists, CP9 exists, right?
I wonder with like the like advent of all these like super fortress like stuff, we just go back to playing 10 Dawn characters. That's what I think.
Yeah, we're just playing slow character mid-range decks. Yeah. And that's why Uda Leader can be really good. I'm giving it a 4.5. I just like I don't think it's a 5. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Just from my playtesting experience.
Giving it a 5.
Yo, is his name actually Pappag?
That's Pog.
Because like I know his name is Pappagoo.
I think maybe Pappag because like the U at the end of like most Japanese things is like.
It's literally spelled different from English.
Yeah.
Oh man, outing myself as a dub watcher. White have a Kamian play this character against blocker. 2K counter. This isn't the worst thing.
It's animal.
I wish it was not character and it was just Kami card because it was a leader.
It's animal traded.
Oh yuck.
We can't. What is up with this, man? Fishman is like, here's some cards. Here's some stuff. Here's some 2Ks.
I'm not even letting you rate it. It's a 1.
Yeah.
More blockers!
Yeah. I think we use this guy too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on the build.
Right.
Anyway, you want to go over this one?
Yeah. 3 cost, 4K blocker. Your turn, once per turn. If a character is rested from your own effects, draw 1 card and discard 1. So it's a good filter.
Yeah, it's Wire. It's Wire from ST10.
Yep.
Basically for the new Bonnie.
Yep, and a blocker.
Play it off an 8-drop kid.
I love that Bartolomeo is like all consistently like an awkward blocker, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like it's just a little bit sturdy, but not sturdy enough.
The Dressrosa one is better though because you want to fill yards, so you love having it as a
Yeah.
skill counter as well. So I think it's like inherently better designed.
Yeah.
This card's cool. The fact you can play it off a kid is good. You can, if you want to play Laws in your deck, you can play it off Law. Yeah, card's like 3.5.
Isn't it weird that it's called the Bardo Club and not like the Luffy Club?
No, because I think he was a mobster before.
Oh, okay.
Right? I think the Bardo Club pre-existed.
Oh, okay.
And
Oh, the Bardo Club
pre.
Okay, I see.
That's my understanding.
All right.
Chat comments, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm kind of mad this ain't a leader though. I want Fisher Tiger leader, dude. That's when you know. When the Fisher Tiger leader gets printed, that's when you know it's Fishman time.
Those Kamies are gonna pop off.
6,000, 5 cost, 1 counter. This character can attack your opponent's character. Oh, the turn's played, it's Kairos. Oh my god, crazy. On play, if your leader has Fishman or Merfolk type, rest up the one of your opponent's 6 cost. Oh my god, you can set up the Kairos, crazy. I give this I think this is like a 4. Like straight up. Like aside from the fact that it's like locked to a bad archetype, like if this is any other relevant archetype, this card would be super playable, so I'm going for it. And that's counter. Yeah. It's an aggressive card. Like, Kairos is going to counter. Like, oh my god.
It rushes down a character. It's really good.
It creates the rush.
Nice.
God, we were so back, and now we don't even need this card because suckers, man. 6,000, 5 cost, 1 counter, Monkey.D.Luffy. If you have 3 or more characters, your cost 3 or lower characters, other than Monkey.D.Luffy, cannot be KO'd by your opponent's card effects. Which is great because in Sakazuki... Okay, so if you have 3 or more characters on your board, you have this and 2 other characters.
So basically you have all the
spectators. It creates a static
yeah,
ability that says your cost 3 or lower characters other than Monkey.D.Luffy cannot be KO'd by
Is there a 3-cost Monkey-D? Oh, there is. The red one, right?
But it still protects like Trafalgar Laws, Cavendishes, all those things on the board.
That makes sense. Yeah, they're proofing the... Okay, got
it. Yeah, is the main thing. It's an Altalucci, and it forces targeted removal on this card instead of the actual utility cards. It also allows RG Law to build its board and maintain its board.
Hey, flavor-wise, who was watching this punch happen? It was Kami.
Oh, we're the racist. Yeah, we're the racist here. We're the slave owner here.
Oh, we're getting hit.
We're POV slave owner right now.
I mean, no. I mean, like in the scene.
Who all saw this happen?
Who all saw this happen? It was Kami.
Rayleigh might have seen it. We don't see him on screen, but he probably saw it from
Okay.
Everyone in the audience, like all the generic people.
But which characters, basically?
Right. I'm getting to those.
Yeah.
The Eustace Kid Pirates, the main character. So Wire, Kid, Killer, and Heat. I always forget Heat's name. And then the Law recruit, Law's there. Law, Beppo, Shachi Penguin. I think the random dude with the mask and his crew might be there too. And then G-Bart's outside because he's not allowed inside.
Yeah.
And that's and then Hachan, Pappag.
Hachan is 4-cost, right?
Yes.
Dang. Okay.
Well, he's the one that gets shot. He's already shot.
Oh, so he's already shot. So he's not protecting him.
Okay.
All right, cool. So yeah, he's protecting Kami, Pappag, and I guess like Nami. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. All right. Like that's
I had no idea where you were going with this.
Okay, that's where I was going. I was going like who are all the 3 costs that he's protecting, right?
I don't know. You're really trying to get me to give a flavor award, and I'm not sure if I'm there.
I was just wondering because I'm like, why is that?
If we're saying that a gunshot to a 4-cost Pappag makes it a 3 or less, then I agree with you. Oh, sorry, 3.5.
Gotcha. Yeah.
3.5.
3.
This card I think is the most interesting card in terms of like, I'm gonna rate this higher because I think this card is potentially be really, really good, but it's obviously not on face value good. Robonova Zoro, Supernova Straw Hat, so it's got finally the trading back, thank God, of Supernova. 2,000, 1 cost, 1k counter. When attacking, if you have 3 or more characters in play, attacks for 2,000. So it's a 4k, it's a 1-drop 4k on base. Yeah, like I'm giving this card 3.5. It's very, very aggressively traded. It's got Supernova, it's got Straw Hat, it's a 1-drop, so it can be for combo decks, it can be for basic aggro decks, it can fit flex rolls. I give it this 3.5 because I just like, I look at this card and it screams like, I'm getting in, dude. And I'm a Green Law player, so.
Dude, that's so funny that you're saying like, Red Green Law, yeah, cool. Red Green Luffy? This is crazy. That's what I'm saying. There's every 7/5/7?
Yes.
Oh, so good.
The big aggro, big slammer decks, I can see you just having this. Because you want to have Dawn Equip turns, but you need the populated unit. So I'm gonna have my Dawn Equip turns and a populate this one Zoro for next turn. Or then low to the ground, attacking out the gate, you play it, populate board, swing in with it.
Yep.
Like, it's like there's so many ways where this card's really good.
Yeah, dude. This is such a solid turn.
And it's not once per turn. So, like you said in Red-Green Law,
Yeah.
you attack, get 2,000, restand it, attack again, get another 2,000.
Red-Green Luffy.
Or the Red-Green Luffy.
Yeah.
But in Red-Green Law, you can restand it with a 5-drop law.
Yeah, yeah.
And then do it twice.
Dude, it's so fun. I mean, like, because you play that turn 1, you go first.
Yeah,
and
it's
then,
not once
it's
per
so
turn.
good.
Yeah.
You go 5, 5, 7.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, so I'm at 3.5 on this.
I'll follow that. Yeah.
Cool. On to the events. We've got Karma Exposure. Counter, give it to one of your leaders, counter for one. Give it to one of your leaders' characters, 2,000 power during this turn. Then, if you have 3 or more characters, it gains $1,000.
$1,000.
Counter 1, give it to one of your leaders or characters plus 2,000 power until this battle. Then, if you have 3 or more characters, this card gains an additional 1,000 power during this battle. Trigger, give up to one of your opponent's rested characters, cost 4 or less.
Ooh, that trigger's good.
I think aside from the trigger, I'd still rather run Tricillian Cosm because it could be a Rad Beam. This is just a guard point. It's a conditional guard point. So if I'm running conditional, I'd rather run conditional Rad Beam.
Right, yeah. I like it for its trigger because it's so funny. Like, I don't know, what you swing with your 4 or less.
Yeah, I'll give it a 3 though because we don't have a guard point in green. So like, like I'll give it a 3 because if we run out of Rad Beam cards and want more Rad Beam cards, we're gonna go to this next. So yeah. Fallen Monk Pirates. Let's go. I just like it's just Akuma getting a shit beat out of him.
2 cost main up to one of your. Oh
Wait, you gotta say the cool ass name.
Oh my god, I gotta say the whole name.
Yeah, dude.
All right, Demonic Aura 9 Sword Style Ashura Demon 9 Flash. There we go.
Wow, that was something.
2 cost main up to one of your leader or character cards gains plus 3,000 power during this turn. Then you may rest one of your cost 3 or greater characters. If you did, rest up to one of your opponent's cost 5 or less characters. That's weird.
This card feels overly complicated, but I still really like it, so I'm giving it 3.5. It's a 2 cost, get 3.
Yeah.
And then you rest a small to rest. You rest 1 to rest a big. Like I see where this is gonna be good, so I'm gonna give it. It's not good right now. You know, like. Or, oh wait, did I misread this? You may rest one of your 3 costs or greater card if you do. Oh wait.
No, you have.
Hold on. No. I thought it was rest a 3 or less to rest a 5 or less.
3 or greater.
Right.
So you're only hitting 3 to 5.
No, right. I thought I could rest like a 1-drop and rest a 5 or less.
Dude, yeah, you know who this is good against? Red, purple, out.
1. I'm giving it 2.5. I'm giving it 2.5.
I'll give it a 2, straight 2.
And the last of our green cards are Pizza Card. More pizza.
More pizza.
Yeah, it's just look at top 5 for 1. Reveal Supernova. Besides more pizza, add it to your hand. Place the rest. Trigger. Draw a card.
Yeah.
No, not activate main, guys.
Oh.
It's draw a card for this trigger. We're on that Jeremiah 66.
Why are we doing that?
Probably because Supernova already has Bonney. It already has like a really powerful.
Oh, it has a searcher already.
Right? Yeah. So like.
Sure.
Yeah, it was just probably more fair. In all honesty.
Sure. Yeah.
Especially because like they play, it's in the blocker colors. We're gonna be able to defend the onboard searcher better.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like this 3.
Yeah, 3.
Cool. And that is green, guys, for set 07.
If you have any comments about any of the cards that you think is going to be your favorite for this set, let us know in the comments below.
And of course, if you're watching this early, remember, if you're watching this right now on public, if you're a member and support the channel, you can see all the color guides. They're already out early, and you can go check them out now. You don't gotta wait. Helps us do more cool shit with the money and do more giveaways and stuff like that. But if not, we'll see you on the next one for Blue.
Thank you.